Feedback Learnex. English forever.
Welcome, viewers of this edition of Feedback Learnex. I'm Marilyn Delacruz, and today we're in the heat of the moment and the passion of the game in this year's World Cup. We're in the backdrop of beautiful Reforma, where we've got some soccer balls that are decorated with different countries. And today we're going to talk about the brands that are going to move us. So we look at the shirts, at the emblem, at the colors, and they give us passion and feeling. But today we're going to talk about the actual brands that make that happen. Miss Paulina, tell us a little bit about what we're going to talk about today.
Thanks, Marilyn, and welcome everyone to this new edition of Feedback Learnex. I am here with the ball of Russia, that it's according to our topic of the month, From Russia with Love. Today we're going to talk about this brand, so let's begin.
Welcome back, everyone. Thank you so much, Miss Paulina. As we stated, we're here in Reforma, where there are soccer balls everywhere, ready and passionate for the World Cup. So as we mentioned before, we're going to talk a little bit about the brands that dress and that give that passion to the World Cup and all of their fans. So first, I'm going to start with Nike. Nike dresses over 10 different countries in this year's World Cup. Places like Croatia, Saudi Arabia, England, as well as Brazil. So every time you see that beautiful green and yellow, you know that Nike dressed Brazil. A little bit about the brands. The brands select the country and create a contract and have a whole tie with these countries. So it's not just, hey, wear our shirt and thanks, wear our brand. It's they have to use it for practice. They have to use their shoes. So it's a whole line of relationship between the brand and the team that wears that brand. And the next one is Pumas. So Puma sponsors what is Uruguay and Switzerland. But that's only a little bit of the teams. There's also Hombre and there's also New Balance that sponsors team. But Miss Paulina, tell us a little bit about Adidas. What would you tell us about the brand?
Of course, Miss Marilyn. Well, Adidas is one of the sponsors that has been more mentioned in these years, along with Coca-Cola. Actually, Adidas dresses 12 national teams, including Argentina, Germany, Mexico, Colombia, also Russia, Belgium, and I don't know, Japan, I think.
Okay.
Also Iran and Egypt. So it dresses a lot of teams. It is also one of the most important in terms of sponsoring for different things.
Okay.
So that's
interesting. So if we look at the World Cup, we're going to see who mostly, or what brands are we mostly going to see?
Adidas, totally.
So, Ms. Paulina, what do you think, or what's your opinion on what contribution the brands have in this year's Russia World Cup?
Well, okay, it's not only the shirts, it's also the underwear, it's also the shoes, it's also all the equipment that is necessary for the soccer players to play. They also sponsor some soccer players, so you will be able to see, I don't know, Cristiano Ronaldo or Gareth Bale wearing and promoting these brands.
Extremely, extremely interesting that so popular people are going to be taking part in the brand, in what we're going to see in, as far as brands in this year's World Cup.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for that.
Well, so this is Feedback Learnex. We're talking about the brands that are dressing our national teams. I am Paulina. We are in Reforma. Stay tuned.
5001-9642 Feedback Learnex.
¿Qué es Learnex?
Workouts,
Interbranches,
massive activities,
Learning Tours y Learnex.
special activities,
Descubre,
vive,
siente en inglés en Learnex. Aprende inglés en Learnex. Inglés para siempre.
5001-9642 Feedback Learning.
Welcome back, Feedback Learnex viewers. We're here in Reforma, and Learnex could not miss out on the opportunity to bring to you a little bit of Russia to Learnex. So we're here talking about the brands, Miss Paulina, and I'm going to tell you all a little bit about some more details about Adidas. So Adidas, Miss Paulina mentioned, is an integral part of this year's World Cup. But it's not only an integral part in what the players are going to wear from head to toe, but it's also what they're going to be, well, kicking around on the field. So since 1970, Adidas has provided the World Cup soccer ball. And the interesting part is that they have a contract that extends all the way till 2030 to also provide soccer balls for FIFA World Cup. Also, they're the provider of the European League champions, the European Champions League's ball as well, and they're going to provide it all the way to 2021. So it looks like Adidas is essentially here to stay and not going anywhere as far as a brand. I mean, you look at our shirts and we're wearing Adidas, so it's I don't know, it's very interesting that they're going to be so involved in this World Cup. So, Miss Paulina, you're going to tell us a little bit about Nike, correct?
That's right. So it is important to mention that Nike only got involved into the World Cup a few years ago, actually during the World Cup in the United States in 1994. But now it's one of the biggest companies that is participating and sponsoring in this World Cup. Actually, it's racing 10 teams, and it will be sponsoring one more, but due to some disagreements in terms of politics between Iran and the United States, it withdrew its sponsoring to the Iran teams.
Miss Paulina, so today has been an awesome show, a great experience.
I completely agree. We learned a lot about what are we going to see in the screens, not only the game, but also like the fashion.
Yes, most definitely. Well, thank you so much to our viewers. Thank you, Miss Paulina. It's been an awesome experience. Stay tuned next Thursday, 9:15 p.m., Feedback Learnex. It's your show brought to you by Learnex. And follow us on our social media so you know what's going on. Stay tuned and what's happening. See you guys next week.
Feedback Learning. English Forever. Estamos en sintonía. Feedback Learning. English Forever. Feedback Learning.